Hi Student Success, welcome to your week 1 assignment video. So if you have not already done so, I'm going to encourage you to go to the Start Here section and take a look at the welcome video. This is going to help you with just general navigation of our course. It is a little longer, but it really helps to walk you through some of the parts and pieces of the class just to get you a little bit more familiar before you really jump in. So as a reminder, as I stated in the welcome video, you do need to take the syllabus quiz before you are able to start working in week 1. So your required syllabus quiz is right here. It's a series of just true-false questions that are going to refer back to, you guessed it, the syllabus. And so if you wanted to have the syllabus, which is up here, here's the master, here's the class, you could have those up in a tab beside there. You could use that and reference it. You need to take that and get 100%. That allows you to move on to week 1. But it's also 10 points in the gradebook, so it's an easy way to start the semester with 10 out of 10. All right, so when we look at week 1, under the week 1 videos, here is your chapter 1 lecture video. So I encourage you to take a look at that. It's just going to give you context for the chapter 1 content. Inside the week 1 folder itself, under the materials, there is the link to the chapter 1 textbook, chapter 1 slides. So I encourage you to either look at the lecture video, the link, the slides, all 3 of them, 1 or 2 of them, whatever. Just engage with the material somehow, whatever your preference is. That's why there's different modalities in there, so you can listen, see, read, whatever fits, so that you just have a good basis for what's going on inside chapter 1 for week 1. Now we're going to go ahead and take a look at the assignments. So you have 3 assignments this week. Whenever you click on week 1, it will give you like a snapshot of what you were doing. So for instance, this week you do have your very first discussion post. Your discussion post is due by Wednesday, your original response for week 1 attendance. So that means that you have to post your original response to the prompt by Wednesday to be able to earn week 1 attendance. If you respond late, you'll still get partial points, but you want to make sure that you post. Even if you forget and don't post until Sunday, you still want to get those points in to get your points for the post and then some attendance. And then you need to respond to 2 classmates by Sunday. So a response is meaningful. It's not just like, I agree, I disagree, or good job. It's more than just a couple words, usually about a sentence or so. And you want to maybe compare and contrast what someone said to what you said, maybe ask a question or build off of. So a meaningful response. Then you have a Title IX training quiz and a handshake assignment. Both of those are due Sunday. So let's go ahead and take a look at all of these to get a little bit more information. Chapter 1 discussion. So when you get here, you'll click go to discussion. You'll see the prompt again. I know it looks a little lengthy, but I'm going to walk you through it. So this is going to be, again, by Wednesday for your weekly attendance. Here is the meat of the prompt. There's 2 parts. Part 1, introduce yourself and discuss your major or certifications so we can get to know you. So, a sentence. My name is Linda and I am majoring in education, or whatever it might be. Part 2, select 4 of the 9 topics. So you can see we have attitude all the way through immediate steps to success. Pick 4 of those 9. You do not have to do all 9. And you're going to complete each of the 2 statements next to each topic. So even though you're picking 4, you're kind of completing 8 statements. So let's say, just to make it easy, you pick the first 4. Attitude, values, transitioning to college, learning process. You want to make sure that you respond both to my most negative attitude is, here's what I'll do to be more positive. Values. My values most closely related to education are, I may have to put these on hold. So make sure it's not quite fill in the blank, but you can think of it that way, where you need to respond to both statements next to each of the 4 topics you selected. And to make it easy, you can highlight, let's say I want to do that one. You can copy paste when you go down to get here. Like, there's a whole lot of information it walks you through. So when you're ready, you can click on the name of the discussion. Again, let's say I am doing this one. I'm going to copy. Ooh, I'm in editor view, so it's doing a little wonkier. I'm going to hit start a new thread, and I'm just going to hit paste, and there's 1. And then I would maybe copy and paste anything else that I want to do in there. And then I will start typing. or whatever I want to put in there. That's just one way. You don't have to copy and paste. It just sometimes makes it easier. But it would be nice if you just left exactly what it was that you were responding to, just so it's easy for everyone to follow. Because remember, people are responding to your post just like you're responding to two classmates' posts. After you've gone through and you've picked your 4, just make sure that you hit post, and then anyone else who has already posted their threads will appear here. So you will go in and you can click on any blue hyperlinked threads, and that's where you will go to respond to someone else's post. Again, you want to post your original response. So part 1, tell us about yourself. Part 2, select 4 of the 9 topics. You want to do that by Wednesday, and then respond to 2 classmates by Sunday. So that is your chapter 1/week 1 discussion forum. It won't all line up that nicely. It'd be nice if like chapter 2 was week 2, and so on, but it's not. So that is the first assignment, is your discussion forum. Your next one is your Title IX training quiz. For this one, I'm going to recommend that you go up here just a little bit to the Title IX slideshow, and you could even, I'm just going to download it from right here. You could do it from down here as well. But I want to download it, and you can see that I like to have it like that right there. So that way you can kind of like go back and forth. You're going to go down here. This is an automatically graded assignment inside Brightspace. So Brightspace will grade this for me. I just go in and make sure that it's completed. There's only a few assignments like that. It's going to
This presentation is designed
and talk to you.
Title IX. What is Title IX?
So once you're comfortable with the slides, you'll get to the questions. So you make sure you go through and answer the questions. Again, I'm totally fine if you have that up and you reference it back and forth, and just make sure you hit submit on the very last slide, and you can go back to your grades and make sure that a grade has copied over. Sometimes it takes, I would say by an hour. It shouldn't take that long, but just in case, about an hour, and it should copy over. If you go into your grade book and nothing's there after an hour, that means you probably didn't hit submit or something didn't run all the way through. Right, so that's your Title IX. That is due Sunday as well. And again, you can always see these due dates right here as well as in the calendar. Finally, your Handshake job assignment, because you do have to create a Handshake account to be able to register for your workshop. Remember in the welcome video, I mentioned this workshop assignment. Now it's not due until week 16, but you have to register for Handshake. So in order to do this, here's a whole folder of Handshake information. It's going to give you like a step-by-step guide on how to get in, how to create an account. If you need like every step kind of laid out for you, it's all right there. There's the link for Handshake. You can get in there. You can see it looks just like those screenshots I just showed you. There's a Handshake tutorial from our Career Services office that'll kind of walk you through Handshake even more, and then Career Services in general, because they're a great resource, and we will talk more about them later in the semester. But I recommend if you have trouble with Handshake or don't know how to set it up, take a look at those materials in that material folder. So what you are doing for the assignment says log into your Handshake account. So you have to create the Handshake account first, and you are going to find a job that interests you, something tied to your career, whether it's a part-time, full-time internship. If you're a CCP student, just something that catches your attention that you think you might want to go into. And you are going to either do option 1, share the link. So copy and paste the link into the little submission area, or option 2, upload a screenshot. Go ahead and take a screenshot, put it in a Word doc, and then upload that. That's all you have to do for the Handshake assignment. And I did make a very quick Dropbox video. I did it for my College Success class. They have the same assignment, so it's going to look very similar. The only difference is you're going to see like College Success up here instead of Student Success, but it's the same thing. So you are still going through. I walked through the process of doing a Dropbox so you would know how to submit this, because there will be times throughout the course that you do have to submit different assignments, and I want to make sure that you're comfortable doing so. If you have Microsoft Word, making sure that you go through that. Speaking of, if you don't have Microsoft Word, you do need to have that to be able to do so many assignments in here. There is a way to get free Microsoft Office. If you do not have that and you would like more information on that, you can let me know, and I can get you the links to do that. All right, so if you have any questions on any of those, as a quick recap for this week, you're spending time in Chapter 1. You're going to post your original response to the Chapter 1 forum. Remember, you're picking 4 of the 9 prompts, introducing yourself, responding to 2 classmates by Sunday, the Title IX quiz, and the Handshake assignment. If you have any questions on any thing that you're supposed to submit, please reach out and let me know, and have a great first week.